Okay. 21.
Oh my god, Ronnie.
You can get the biggest shit.
If you've ever listened to hip hop religiously, the idea of becoming a producer has probably crossed your mind once or twice. It's certainly crossed mine. The problem is, it's really hard. It's hard to start, hard to get recognized, hard to just make music in general. That's why I have so much respect for producers out there. Honestly, I have the same amount of respect for producers than rappers. It might even be harder to be a producer. I don't know, that's a whole discussion for another video, but... My luck must have been crazy because, you know, just as soon as I was thinking of making this video, I noticed a producer and musician and artist, and just in general, was watching my videos, and he actually really enjoyed it. So as quickly as I found him, I tried to snag an interview, and he was nice enough to actually do it. Johan Lenox, I'm sorry if I butchered that name. He's a musician from Massachusetts who's worked on a bunch of projects that you've probably heard of, from Selena Gomez to Travis Scott to Big Sean. You know, you've definitely heard some of these tracks. I was actually talking about that Brockhampton track a while back, Buzzcut I think it was, in one of my videos, and he commented, "Hey, I worked on that track," and I was like, "Oh, really?" So I DM'd him real quick, and he was really nice. He got me an interview and asked him a couple of questions. What advice would you give to people trying to get into the whole producing and music industry as a whole?
Well,
I think the number one reason that people try and make beats is because it's a way to get recognition and in the music industry without actually having to rap. You're a major part of the track without having to sing. That doesn't mean it doesn't take talent to make beats, because it does. It probably makes more talent to make beats than it is to rap on the beats. You have to create the melody in your head, the driving force for the track. It's just less risky if you end up failing because it's, I don't know, it's just not as embarrassing. But like I said, beats require a lot of skill. I don't know why people think that they can never have any experience of music in their life and then suddenly just pick up Logic Pro and be like an expert or something. That's like never walking in your life and then suddenly being told to run a marathon. That was a really bad analogy. I don't know why I made it. All right, anyways, moving on. The number one tip I can give to aspiring music producers is just to play music. I'm not even saying create yet. I'm just saying play. Just play an instrument, guitar, piano, drums, I don't know, you name it. It doesn't really matter. Just play an instrument to get down the fundamentals. You're gonna learn a lot of concepts that are gonna transfer over into producing. For one, you'll get a better sense of what makes a good song, what makes something catchy and pop, but you'll also learn some key things like chord progression, tempo, rhythm, time signature, you name it. It's been proven that playing an instrument and making music is one of the best things you can do for your brain because it involves both sides of the brain that rarely ever interact together. That means it's going to be hard because your brain isn't used to this. Music is a difficult thing to teach because, like pretty much all art, you can't get it down to a science. It comes from no matter how long you analyze it, every rhythm, every measure, every note, you'll never be able to factory produce great music. It's always gonna have to come from your own creativity and expression. So you just gotta start playing. Get some experience under your belt and push through it because it's gonna be rough. You're gonna suck. Everyone sucks when they start really anything to do with music, but you just gotta keep doing it. That's my advice, but we should probably ask one of the professionals, right?
well, I mean, the advice for producers is like probably to, I mean, I like did some stuff on my TikTok about this, but basically I think like if you can get yourself to LA, that's a good start because there is just like almost, especially if you're trying to work with the bigger artists, like almost all of them are working here. You know, if it's like rap, there might be some of those artists that are in Atlanta, but you know, it's like basically the entire music industry is in LA, and so it's just like to be able to increase the chances of just meeting a lot of different people and getting to work with a lot of different people. Like I feel like it's good to be where it all is happening. And then, you know, if you can do that, like just doing like set up a home studio with, you know, 2 monitors, a laptop and a microphone and just start
Get started.
up. Yeah, and like small.
It's just start. If you want to get in the music scene, just start making music. He said go to LA, he said set up a studio, but honestly, I think the best advice is to just start. You don't need any of the flashy top beat maker stuff. You know, later in the interview, he was literally telling me I could just use GarageBand. You just need a computer and a passion for music. That's it. He also said start small, and I think that's a pretty big tip too. You don't want to start trying to go for your Kanye Wests and Travis Scotts. You want to start with people that are around your level, and you want to blow up with them. As cool as it would be to be this lone renegade, you know, you put out a beat and catches the ear of Kanye right away. No, that's not going to happen. Don't shoot your shot with DaBaby or Travis Scott when you have 300 followers on Instagram. There's so much competition with beat making nowadays. It's gonna be like really hard to catch the eye of literally anyone, much more if they're already clouded. It's gonna be a grind. It's actually gonna suck, but You can do it. Just keep pushing through it. Oh my god, that was really corny. Okay, let's just here. I'm just gonna throw up some more clips of the interview. If you made it this far in the video, then thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Or not a couple of weird questions. One weird question, I think. Is there any snack you eat when you make your music?
That's a good question. Yeah, I mean, well, I'm actually like pretty deep into like the world of just like convenience store sour candy. Like I have like very strong opinions about on like the whole
Warheads.
range. Yeah, warheads for sure. Yeah, I mean those that's sort of like an extreme thing, but yeah, I mean more just like, whether it's like sour Skittles or like
Oh,
the various flavors of Sour Patch Kids or the flavors of yeah, like what I mean, Nerds Rope, Nerds. There's like a chewy Jolly Rancher I like a lot. So yeah, I'm always just looking for whatever the good sour shit is that I can just like. You can't eat like 100 warheads in a row. It's just like be bad for your mouth probably. But like small artists, I think that's the other thing is that people usually start trying to like DM like Travis Scott's A&R or some shit, thinking that they're not one of 1,000 people doing that every day. And I think it's a better bet is to like build with smaller artists where you can be a big part of their project and definitely get on there. And as you grow, you both start to meet people. And I just think thinking about it that way, like the network that you're building and the community that you're a part of is like the way to do it. It's like, and I think the more you can make in-person relationships happen, I think the better. So it's not just like you're not just always at the mercy of people seeing your message.